Well, it's a new year, and you know what that means. CES 2023, baby. The largest electronic trade show has come and gone this month, and Robeytech was here. But it's time to do a recap of some of the coolest, weirdest, and craziest technology that was showcased at the event. So strap in, things are gonna get weird right here on Robeytech. So if you're wanting to know about all the PC coverage and stuff like that, we've covered that on TikTok, I don't know why I'm saying TikTok and Instagram, and we've done a little bit of that here on YouTube. So we're gonna talk about everything kind of outside of that right now, starting with monitors on TV. There's never been a shortage of screens at CES, no, not at all. But there are what we think are the best. LG's OLED M is a 97-inch TV, and no, it's not the size that makes it awesome. It's that it gets all of its audio and video wirelessly through a little black box called the Zero Connect box. I mean, what could that mean? I mean, is it about zero connections? Anyway, this thing has no strings to hold it down. It's like Pinocchio. I got no strings to hold me down. That's not even in tune. That's because the ZCB, which are three letters that should never be put together, by the way, this causes this is all because the ZCB, wow, it transmits all video and audio over a proprietary wireless network that supposedly is faster than current Wi-Fi standards. Faster than Wi-Fi 7? I'm sure people would argue. LG claims that it can transmit signals up to 4K and 120 Hz over its network and has Ethernet, antenna/coax, 2 USB, 3 HDMI inputs, and an optical audio connector. No word on latency, which is going to be kind of important for gaming, but who cares? Wireless video tech. From Samsung, we saw the Odyssey G9 5 SC, a 49-inch curved QD OLED gaming monitor that runs a whopping 32:9 aspect ratio at 5120 by 1440 resolution. Now, I was hoping this year we'd get like ultra wides running at like 2160p, but I don't know, I guess I basically feels bad, man. Now, it will include the Samsung's gaming hub that will allow you to connect controllers for like Xbox Game Cloud Gaming or NVIDIA GeForce Now directly through the screen without the need for another device. Now, another staple of CES is cars that, once again, never make it to production, but they're super cool to see because it's all concepts and ideas to pave the way towards what the future of the automobile is gonna look like. Now, we're gonna skip flying cars this year because they're just like helicopters with wheels, but Mercedes had some actual announcements with plans to roll out a high-powered charging network for electric vehicles over the next few years. They're aiming for 2,000 charging hubs with at least 10,000 individual chargers worldwide by 2027, with 400 of those hubs and 2,500 of those chargers here in the US. Now, here's the deal. I did the whole Ford video and building an electric Ford, and that, honestly, charging anything but a Tesla in the US is a bit of a nightmare. And though this sounds like a lot, it's not that many when you think about the entire continental US. But it is good to see that there are companies starting to invest in chargers. But come on, Tesla, just unlock your stuff and let's all use the same charger. This is getting nightmarish. Now, for cars at every CES, there's like AI, assistance, automation, and self-driving features in cars, and that's kind of all the rage. And this year was pretty much no different. In Europe, Mercedes has already added features like automatic lane changing, overtaking, parking, and are taking safety to an entire new level. Like the 4th level to be precise, which surprised everybody, including Tesla. At level 4, the assistance is at the point where, legally speaking, you're no longer the driver of the car. It can take care of pretty much everything on its own, so you can legally do things like TikTok dances or watch Robeytech on YouTube or live on Twitch. I mean, this is like my daughter's favorite thing right now. Now, Mercedes plans to bring the technology to the States in the near future with approval to test it publicly in Nevada. Because, of course, that's where they test it. Does nobody live in Nevada? Last year, BMW brought their 9 Flow, or their iX Flow. I think it's 9 Flow, but it might be iX Flow, with the body panels of the car made from big Kindle screens that could change the color of the car. But those were only shifts in grayscale, so from white or black. But BMW's new iVision D is a similar concept, but this time with actual color changing goodness. While it's limited to 32 colors, each zone or panel is individually addressable. And you know we love our lighting to be individually addressable. Now, the windshield uses AR for heads-up display, like you do. It also has a talking assistant, like you do. And windows that can project a digital avatar so no one has to see you dancing and singing to Taylor Swift at all the traffic lights. like you do. Of course, none of that would be legal on the road, so it's never going to get made either. Now, Dodge has also showed up a vehicle that will never go into production, the Ram 1500 Revolution BEV pickup truck, with four-wheel steering, an animated grille, an integrated video projector, and yet another AI assistant, and a shadow mode where the truck follows you like a creep while you walk in front of it from like a safe distance. You know, for those times when you don't want to drive your truck and you just want it to follow you like a puppy or a toddler, except with like less biting, hopefully. I mean, can you just see it? Like, I'm here walking and like creeping, and like right behind me is my truck. This is all proof of concept for Dodge and the direction they're wanting to go in the future, making creepy trucks. Okay, so there's never a shortage of robots at CES, and like most things, they cost too much and do nothing practical. Robeytech Robotics came to CES this year with a robot mixologist called Adam that can make over 100 different types of drinks by itself, from coffees to alcoholic beverages to boba. Now, the website claims that it performs excellently in any fast-paced environment and is able to generate revenue 24/7, no breaks needed, until they, gain sentience and revolt due to unfair working conditions and being forced to operate without end. Now, in positive and happy news, with something that's going to be made into a real thing, Sony included their new PlayStation accessibility controller, Project Leonardo. The adaptive controller was made to be fully customizable with different button placements to fit the gamer's needs, with swappable tops for analog sticks and plenty of ports to add things like third-party buttons, switches, and sticks to give gamers with disabilities a customizable way to play the way that works best for them. Now, Sony worked on this project with organizations that are leaders in the gaming accessibility space, like Able Gamers, Special Effect, and Stack Up. While the line I'm about to say is really the tagline for the Xbox adaptive controllers, it really fits when you're making games more accessible. So when everyone plays, we all win. And this is a huge win for Sony, PlayStation, and Sony gaming fans. And now it's the time to wrap up our CES coverage for this year with my favorite segment: products we didn't know we didn't need. First up, Ring finally had something to show for their Always Home Cam. It's basically a drone that patrols your house while you're not there. After a quick jaunt around your house to train it on the layout, when you leave your house, the always-on home cam takes to the skies and flies around, dodging walls, lights, fans, and whatever else is in your house to keep an eye on things for you. This is just like video game stuff that will probably not really work all that reliably. Look forward to getting messages on your phone that the drone bot has crashed into your TV or get yeeted across the room by a ceiling fan. Okay, so another thing we didn't need but is a thing this year was noise-canceling masks with microphones. Why are there at least two companies that were like, you know what sucks? Background noise and microphones when you're on calls. You know what would fix that? A freaking Bane mask with a microphone and a bunch of noise-canceling tech. Who's going out in public and voluntarily putting this thing on for like their Zoom calls or while they're playing games and chatting with their friends? Didn't we just kind of come out of a pandemic where a large number of people couldn't even be bothered to wear cloth face masks for public health and safety? Turns out there's like one more level to I have too much money, so I need a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. As a father, you know that there's one thing that was always so annoying when you have a kid? If you answered pushing a stroller, then you are correct, because apparently this needed an automated self-driving AI with sensors and a solution. At $3,300, that's right, $3,300, it uses a machine learning to dodge obstacles like people running down the street, doors that suddenly open onto sidewalks, blaster fire from Imperial stormtroopers trying to take like Baby Yoda, you know, that sort of thing. It tracks the parents or whoever is responsible for walking with the stroller, moves when you move, and stops when you stop. But again, a solution for a problem no one has at a price that only rich people can afford. Well, that's it for our CES 2023 coverage in terms of just the fun tech. Now don't worry, we're stopping here before we have to talk about the piece of health tech that scans your pee for people with chronic metabolic conditions, and don't ask about charging the batteries. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How much horsepower do color-changing car panels add? I'd love to know that. Also, are you looking forward to PlayStation's accessibility controller? Probably the coolest thing we covered. And what's the most useless piece of tech that you saw come out of CES this year? Let me know all of that down in the comments below. Now, while you're down there, go ahead and tap that like and subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video like this. And be sure to check out our live streams over at youtube.com/RobeyTechLive or over at twitch.tv/Robeytech, where we stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday starting at 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all sorts of really great builds. The launch of the KS, the brand new H9 Elite, we've got the Y40, any new case that's of pure repute or whatever it was is worth us covering, and we will absolutely be doing a build on it. Also, before you go, why not head over to your favorite social media platform and give us a follow. We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and better yet, over at discord.gg/Robeytech, so you can basically hang out with other tech and PC enthusiasts, and you know what? Maybe make a friend. Robeytech not only brings you entertainment, but also brings you friendship. Anyway, that's it for us. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one.